Right, so I don't know whether you know, those of you who probably don't know what I do. I used to be design director at Good Earth, the Bombay store, West Side, several companies, until India Circus was pitched to me as an idea. I mean, it was my idea as a brand. And we started India Circus, I think, about 9 to 10 months ago. The growth, touchwood, has been tremendous. I had no idea that the online space, particularly the private label online space, was that fantastic. Uh, the difference about us is we control design, we control production, and we control delivery. So we're not trading anybody else's product. We sell what we design. That being said, it becomes very easy for us to then sell our product on other platforms in retail, in e-commerce as well as regular commerce. So we have indiacircus.com, which is our website, which Touchwood is doing fantastically, and we have the product selling on multiple other websites. Plus, we have huge wholesale sale of our designs. For instance, Westside would buy tons of our product to sell in their stores. We also did a private label design commission for the Neil Kamal group, which is At Home, so India Circus for At Home. So essentially what we're doing is we're designing product, we're creating product, and because we own design, we can essentially produce special design for specialty retailers. Home Center, for instance, various retailers of this sort. So that's about it. So it's been very interesting so far, and our aim is to make India Circus probably the most celebrated brand out of India from a contemporary Indian design point of view in the next 2 years, and we're really making our way towards that. Well, I think the key is essentially to use the best of all the various platforms that are there. So there's online spends, which you have with Facebook, etc. Then you have your social media, and then of course you have your offline, which is your PR and your traditional brick and mortar advertising. I think what we did in the first 2 quarters is we did a bit of everything. So we had newspaper advertising as well as online advertising. And we learned later that the online spends were giving us far better conversion. Of course, you can't really tell from offline, but the online spends you can track how product is selling through those campaigns. And we've had this massive learning curve to know what works online and what doesn't work online. So every day, essentially, we're improving. And of course, we're spending a lot of money on online marketing. So the troubling part is that the more you market online, the more you spend online, the more you make online. That's what the troubling part is. And of course, your database management, your emailer, your various associations you do to get databases. We've been very smart in doing that. So I think it's a bit of both. Social media also, in our case, because we have product that starts very reasonably and goes to expensive, has played a dramatic role. Instagram, for instance, gives us a 6 to 7% conversion on every post. Facebook slideshows give us great conversion. I know people who say that in social media is all nonsense, but in our case, it's worked really well. Because I think our product also is catering to a much wider audience in terms of people. And the imagery we use, we're trying to set a standard in product imagery and how you sell something and how you're educating a consumer to buy something. So that I think has also worked in our favor. Okay. So essentially we are using a bit of all platforms with most spends online and now lesser spends offline. Coming from offline, the whole journey has been fascinating to understand how this works. So I'm saying this with a sense of fascination. Okay. But otherwise, we have pretty set modules of how these things are operated and done and how the money is spent. Because with online, the money just disappears in 2 minutes. One wrong enter on one wrong target group and you're finished. It's over.
It just hogs it.
Yeah, so it has to be managed, of course, very well. I think we do a lot of activities daily and weekly that use marketing platforms. And I think one of the more effective ones has been social media for us, where we run smaller contests. And our purpose is essentially to educate the consumer how to buy something better.
Actually, got to be closer.
Sorry, is to educate the consumer how to live essentially better than what they are. And since we are in the business of decoration of either your home or your body, what we try and do is through the visual that we communicate, we try and sort of show them how things work. I mean, this is something that American companies have used in the past. It's very effective. So we try and do that. Similarly, we do that with contests, like hashtag contests and all these things that one can do to make product sell, at the same time to educate a consumer how to buy something that they may not want. Or for instance, particularly when you're selling home textiles, which for us has been successful and for many players has not, it becomes very essential of how you educate a consumer how to buy a series of cushions. And then you have people doing that. So for instance, we have customers who buy 18 to 20 cushions at one shot from all kinds of parts of India. So it's how we put it together and how they're buying it through our various campaigns,
Okay.
as I see it.